Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode, gonna get a little wild. Not wild like in that sense, just we're gonna dig a little deep on this right here. This episode was a Juneteenth joint. It was this, Saturday going into Juneteenth, going into Father's Day, and we did this episode. What's crazy is it's a controversial-ish type of conversation because it deals with the word swarthy. Swarthy, S-W-A-R-T-H-Y. And the definition of that is dark-skinned people. Now, here's the crazy part. As time has went on, the people have changed as far as what they consider to be swarthy people and the definition. Now, as I get into it, it's dark-skinned people. Dark-skinned people in America is what we know as the Negroes, the slaves, those from Africa. What we also are finding out is what we talked about before. I don't ever get into it. One day I really need to get into it. The Moors ruled over Europe and Spain, integrated with the people. A lot of people were brown. A lot of people, that means you were darker than the average white person. There was some color to your skin. Those people came to America. They weren't considered black. They had families. Those families weren't considered blacks. People weren't considered, if you didn't look quote unquote white, it was all good until around the Civil War. That's when the confusion started. That's when the finger pointing started. Well, maybe he's black. Maybe he's mulatto. Maybe his blood's tainted. The whole concept of, well, he's from Europe was pushed to the side. It was strictly about what color your skin was. And that's what we were talking about on this Juneteenth episode. And it makes it crazy because so many American heroes, so many American legends, so many American names that we know and love and respect today, back in the day, were considered swarthy. You know what I'm saying? When you see their pictures, you don't see none of that. Because that's what it says. The definition of it is a dark-skinned person. You know what I mean? So, we're not talking tanned, because at that point, everybody would be tanned, especially, America's, the heat, the way to rock out in the sun in America versus the way to rock out somewhere else, totally different. So, yeah, there's a difference between, he's got tanned, he was tanning, and he was born this way. You know what I mean? So, when we talk about America's race situation, color fascination, you got to think about it. Like, there was a time where it wasn't counting everybody. It was just counting some people. As long as you came from Europe, Spain, France, as long as you weren't off of them boats with them slaves, you were good. That was the thing until around the Civil War, and even earlier when they stopped giving black slaves freedom. That was a thing too. And that was a lot of other thing too. They were giving black people freedom back in the day. You served your time, here's your, you take your freedom and keep it moving. And then they'd go and try to integrate with white people and most likely end up in relationships, and that was a no-no. You know what I mean? That's where a lot of, like I said, our American Constitution and the stories we tell don't tell the whole story. It's so crazy. America's history and love-hate affair with racism, blackness, whiteness is so layered out. It's crazy. But the swarthy thing becomes a particular thing because as time goes on, they stop bringing that part up on a lot of people. You no longer hear that John Marshall was swarthy. Abraham Lincoln was swarthy. A lot of these dudes were swarthy. You no longer hear that. is they just tell you who they were, where they came from, blah, blah, blah. That is just that's the craziness of it. They just, why? Because they understand that once you start looking into that, you see what it means, you make the assumption. And again, I'm not saying these people were all black, but there was somebody in their family somewhere who was black. There were descendants in their family. Abraham Lincoln and all of them. Yeah, somebody in their family was black somewhere along the line. That's why you can still see the color in their skin. This is a wild episode. It's kind of long. I don't even want to talk longer than I have to. I'm just giving y'all, letting y'all know this is the kind of conversation it's going to be. Y'all going to hear this when we get into it. Thank y'all for listening, man. Enjoy this. Do your research. This month is almost up. I still feel like I didn't get a lot of stuff I wanted to get off, but I did at the same time. So please enjoy this. We'll come back at y'all next week with some more heat, doing what we do. Thank y'all for listening. Respect this right here. Rock with this right here. Do your research. Let's go. Okay. Hey, man, I was out here talking and realized Mike went on anyway. Yo, Meek Mills. I don't know, B. That song. I mean, Shorty made the song dope, but my man sound like the biggest simp in the world. He was like, he just met her and he fell in love. I don't even get that. Like, sitcom, TV show, rom-com movie. What? Come on, man. Oh, simple sucker dude. Come on. I just need that. Come on, mate. Too dark for that. Dark-skinned dudes. We don't do that. We don't just be out here on no sucker for love. I won't even have a baby without you. Move on, dog. If it's over, move on. That's that light-skinned stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Curly hair, good hair. Lick your lips all the time type stuff. Come on, man. You can't. Don't be that dude. Don't be that dude. Don't be that dude. Anyway, man. What we gonna do is this right here. This is that time when we get there, you know what I'm saying? And it's Juneteenth. We ain't gonna do a music joint. We ain't gonna do nothing about gays. We gonna do this about Juneteenth. Which, by the way, Juneteenth. That's our joint, right? That's our joint. How did we get knocked out of our own joint? Juneteenth should be a FUBU moment for us, by us. You know what I mean? Like, it should be black-owned businesses that your local city hall should have reached out to. Like, yo, y'all want to get down with this? You know what I'm saying? Let's do something for the people. Nah. These spots are sponsored, and then it's like just regular sponsors. Like, yo. And then you know how that is, because it's weird. It's like, yo, we want y'all to come through. But y'all know how it is, man. They don't want a lot of black people to come through. Too many black people come through, they gotta call the cops, and then somebody gonna end up lost and losing their life. You know what I mean? Then it's like, the other side of it is the last time y'all gathered a group of black people together, we ended up being slaves. Like, where we supposed to go with that? You know what I mean? Like, how we supposed to rock with that, man? Juneteenth. It's supposed to be our joint. We're supposed to be able to kind of like put that together. How a bunch of people who don't have no idea what oppression is about and slavery about try to put that together on their behalf. Like, yo, this is what we think they would like. Nah. Next thing you know, you go to the little events they got. It's a bunch of barbecue chicken over here, this and that over there. You got some watermelons over here. You know what I mean? Just stripper poles in the back. You know, everything they think they know about us is just it's crazy, man. Anyway, this is what we do. This is how we get down. And as we say, like, yo, hold on. Oh, that was a perfect time right there. But anyway, how we do it like this. Take it from the top. Take it from the top. Ooh, this moment in black history. Yeah, first of all, let me say this. Rest in peace to my man D Trickle, who rocked over this, right? Alright, now, let me take it into this. This is gonna be a weird joint right here. This is about blackness in America. Y'all understand where I'm coming from? You know what I mean? Here's the thing about that. I'm a black man in America. I'm American. I'm black. I don't do the African American joint. I don't do the African American joint for various reasons. One being Manu Bowles' son, who played for the Denver Nuggets. That's an African American. He's second. He might be first generation full blown American if he was born in America. You know what I mean? That's African American. We got generation lineage up in this joint. We Americans. We're just black people. Like Americans, and then they go, right, we're black. That's it. Don't put no joint in front of that. And when I say that also is because that also keeps the mind locked up. You know what I mean? That also makes it easier to make us second class citizens. Because here's a wild joint. Look this up. I'm not lying. This is real talk. If you were from Europe and you were black, you weren't considered black back in the day. Up until almost the 1700s, close to the 1800s, you weren't considered black. They didn't start calling people mulattoes and all this and that until the tensions of slavery and getting ready to get into the Civil War jumped off. Again, don't believe me? Look that up. So if you were from Europe and you were black, or you had mixed blood and you came to America, you were not considered a Negro. You were not considered black for years. And when I say years, I actually mean a couple of 100 years. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, here's a wild joint. The people of India were considered white all the way up until the 1970s in America. Wow. All the way into the 1970s in America, people from India were considered white because they weren't from Africa. That was really the only criteria back in the day. Be from Africa, we'll treat you like trash. That was it. If your joint, if we could trace your joint back to Africa or back to slavery, we were gonna treat you foul. That was it. You know what I'm saying? We hear all the remember how like when we was kids and we were growing up and they be like, yeah, y'all know Abraham Lincoln was black. And we're like, because of all the pictures we saw. Like, nah, they ain't real. Abraham Lincoln had some mix in him. He was, you know what I mean? Because there was a word, and then, again, look this up. You gotta look this up in old books. This new stuff ain't telling you. You gotta look these joints up in the old books. The old oldie books. Like, we talking 1800s, 1700s, stuff that hasn't been messed with. They used the word, like, I think it was Swarthy or something like that. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but that meant dark skin. Dark skin. Like the Bible with the coarse hair. Yeah, that was how they were actually describing people. They didn't say they were black. They said they were swarthy or whatever that is. Dark skin. And then you gotta look at what happened with Alexander Hamilton. Thanks to that play, people started to look it up and go, yo, dude wasn't white. These pictures of him is not accurate. These pictures of people are not accurate. Here's another wild joint. Woodrow Wilson, the president, who was a racist, actually helped rearrange a lot of the history that we weren't raised to teach. It was already happening. Like I told y'all a while back when we was talking about jazz and how in New Orleans, Louisiana, since you had the French people, there was black people who, because they came from France and stuff and all that, they were not, it didn't get crazy for them until the Civil War hit. It didn't get crazy for all of that race stuff until the Civil War hit. Then it was like, oh, well, no wonder they don't want slavery. Look at them, they black too. You probably got Negro blood in you. You ain't from Europe. I bet your blood don't go back to Europe. It's one of these Negroes. That was how they did it. And that was really the thing. They was actually shaming people like that. Abraham Lincoln's first vice president was accused of being mixed, a mulatto or something. It was really out here jumping at people like that. Real talk. Know the history. America is a very wild joint. How we just, you know what I mean? And I say that because Juneteenth is celebrating the actual freedom of slaves years later after the it was signed and sealed and delivered, it didn't get delivered to that spot in Texas. We all know that, but I'm just saying, hundreds of years before that, it was all good. It was straight. The only thing was, if you came off of them slave ships, we treated you different than if you came off of the ship with us from Europe. That was how a lot of that joint got rocked out. They even got to the point, a lot of states were like, yo, we don't want those black people integrating with these black people who are slaves. Then your blood's tainted. And they was just coming up with new ways to do this. When Thomas Jefferson was writing his 3/4 of a man, 3/whatever of a man, he wasn't talking about the people from Europe. You know what I mean? Because y'all know how that history go. The Moors was over for hundreds of years. Not like 2 or 3, hundreds of years in Europe and Spain. Granted, there's castles and all this. So the royalty and the blood of the people, you know what I'm saying, it was there. A lot of those dudes were mixed. A lot of them dudes were just outright black. You know what I mean? And they came to America like everybody else. And they were given land, they was granted land, they was doing. And you know, when we read these stories about a lot of these black people, we're like, oh man, they had. That part gets overlooked. That part never gets mentioned. I'm just telling you, it's all psychological when it comes to the mentality of how America allows us to view ourselves. You know what I'm saying? America basically categorized us for ourselves. So when you say stuff like African American, you're helping them keep us categorized in that position. You know what I mean? We're black. We're Americans first. We're first, you know what I mean? First outright. As far as when it comes to nationality, destination, this is it. Our ethnicity is what it is. We're black, race-wise. But we're American. Doing that whole act like hyphenate, nah. That was the stuff that they used to make sure certain people would stay slaves. Know the game. And like I said, don't believe me. Look it up. You gotta look up old stuff though. Don't be looking. Like, matter of fact, if you might be able to Google it. Like, just Google like people you thought were white but aren't white or something like that. And you're gonna get a list of people, and they're gonna have evidence, and it's gonna be wow. The history and these painters, these guys who's out here making pictures, they did the Michelangelo to a lot of these people. You know what I mean? And just made them white, made them look white, kept it moving like, we ain't gonna worry about that. Know the history, man. This is that Black History moment. Juneteenth. You know what I mean? Don't go out here going to Walmart tomorrow trying to get the ice cream. Don't go to your local city park joint trying to just ride out with anybody going, hey, it's a Juneteenth party. You want some potato salad with raisins in it? Nah, don't do none of that, man. Don't be out here doing none of that crazy stuff, man. I don't know. If you just take off, is that like a cool thing to just take off? All the black people just don't even show up to work tomorrow? Like Juneteenth. Y'all done already got enough labor from our peoples and just sit there, just or go to work and don't do nothing. Hey, you in work? Juneteenth. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it right about me. Juneteenth. Say something. Huh? Just go hard. Just be hard. Just grit on, like white people that you don't like. Just grit on them for no reason. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm about to do. I'm gonna go to swanky places and get real Casa Diddy. I'm gonna go to a Starbucks and just carrying out on the person. Oh my God! I wanted a chocolate wacko. You know, they always got them weird. A macchiato, chamato with the triple tooth and 2 sips of something else to it. Give me 2 flips. Just make up a random joint and then get mad and just splash everything on the counter. Like, no! Ugh. And turn to white people. What are you guys looking at? It's Juneteenth. Just walk out the door. Don't even attempt to be like my bad and not just walk out the door. You know what I mean? Just go to a Whole Foods place. Be like, is this from Africa? I'm only eating stuff from Africa. Or at least the Europeans. It's not? Nah. And then just throw their stuff to the floor. Juneteenth. And that's what you say to them too when they look, oh my God, what are you doing? Juneteenth. And they'll back up. Oh my God, he's right. You know how it is. White guilt's a thing, boy. That's all you do. Just tap into their white guilt. Juneteenth. Oh my God, he's right. You're right. You're right. Would you like me to pay for anything? Yeah. Pay my mortgage. I meant in here. Alright. I messed up something at Starbucks. I actually really do want a coffee. Can you give me one? You know what I mean? Just get it popping. Do what we gotta do. Anyway, don't do that for real. No, do that for real. I don't know. I'm conflicted right now. Like, a piece of me wants to do that tomorrow. Just my luck. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna try to out Juneteenth me. Like, I didn't do it. My ancestors just got here like 2 generations ago. Oh, okay. God, what's your name? Composite. What is that? Swedish. Any Johnsons in here? Jacksons, Williams, Henrys, Clarks. I'm a Smith. Smith is definitely one we got to deal with. You, Smith. That's how you got. Just go hard at him. Then throw a banana at him or something. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is what we do. Black History Moment. Don't go out here and be violent, man. If anything, definitely be educated about what's going on. Understand what Juneteenth is and be peaceful. Just deep down inside, everyone just walk past, just give him that look. Just, and they were like, why is he looking at me like that? Don't do it to all. Let me tell you something, especially brothers. Don't do it to no white women. Some of them might get extra offended. Then there's others that'll be thinking that's a turn on, and then you try to holler at them. They go, oh my God, I think he likes me. No, it's Juneteenth. Definitely can't be doing that today. Back it up. Back it up. Moonwalk away from me right now. Holler at me tomorrow, though. Turn around. Oh yeah, holler at me tomorrow. But today, no. No, not today. I'm playing, y'all. Anyway, let's go. Somebody, look, it's a black chick right now. Man, see? I'm playing. I'm playing. Let's go. Yes. Woo! Cutting it close. Anyway, yo, please, happy Father's Day to everybody out there tomorrow. Happy Juneteenth. Remember, man, be respectful and all that right there. This is not the outro. This ain't how I do it. I'm just saying, man, don't be out here wilding out on Father's Day. Y'all ain't wild out on Mother's Day. Don't wild out on Father's Day. Fathers, I don't care how sexy you think you are, please stay away from all them hoochie daddy shorts. He ain't about that right now. Grown men don't do that, you know what I mean? Don't do that. You do not need that much attention, bro. Let's keep it moving, for real. No grown man should be out here in the hoochie daddy joints, the onesies, all that old wild stuff, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Grown men who rock that joint be out here with suspenders and no shirt. You know what I'm saying? Dudes who do that stuff right there, they the type, you know what I mean? Again, baby oil, Drake record, butt naked, in the mirror for no reason. Just wake up in the morning smiling and singing that joint. Don't be that guy, dads. Don't be that guy. Come on. Anyway, what we do just because we're about to get ready to get out of here. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God allows you to get out here and do your thing and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Be safe. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.